Alright guys, so today my son-in-law was working on his side-by-side. He's doing the brakes on a Honda Pioneer 1000. It's 2016. Figured it'd be a good video to show you how to do the brakes. He's already done the rear, but pretty much rear, front, it'll be pretty similar. And these actually probably will match up to other years as well. So here we go. Let's start with taking the tire off. Alright guys, this is Dustin. He's my son-in-law. And he is... or just took off the tire. Let's see what we got going on. We'll loosen that bolt right there, which is to the caliper. Dustin, feel free to jump in. Once you take the bolts off, that's messy in there. You pull it down, just make sure you put the caliper somewhere where it's not putting a lot of strain on the hose, hanging down. Right there you see the brake pads. You'll see him prying them apart. We just got this ride. We look forward to using it going out riding. I have some videos on that. There he is prying the second brake pad. You see the rotor right here in the center.
You see the difference in the pads. Make sure you get the right one to go to the right place.
You always compare as you take them off, compare your old stuff to your new stuff. Make sure they match up. And then just simply slide back on.
The only thing I'd have done different, I don't have a blowgun for my air compressor, is blow all that out. I'll get it next time.
Now we wanna, since we got new meats on them calipers, on the brake pads, the caliper
The old pad.
has to be pushed back in. There's the old pad, you can see they had already pushed in, so you gotta gently push the cylinders back in.
They make a tool for this. This is just the old way.
I've always used the same. You just kind of go nice and easy, and the more you push them in, they'll go inside. So they'll fit right over the new ones with the extra meat on them. You can see where he's got them pretty much back in.
You can put that old pad on there and it won't mess your pistons up.
It's a great tip. We're probably going to get more mud on it, so I don't want to say cleaning it won't do any good, but you should clean them. But
Separator's still a little tight to get in there, but it slid right in.
you always want to start off by hand, make sure they thread in, hand tighten, and then use your tools. That way you don't cross thread. You don't want to mess that up. We just noticed something's leaking.
Brake fluid, where I just...
Yeah, you pushed it back in.
I don't know.
It must have been
Full
full.
of the knees or blue.
We both looked at each other and thought, man, what's leaking now? Like I said, he just got this ride. No, when you push those calipers in, it puts pressure back into the brake hose and has to come out somewhere. And you just simply put your tire back on. Now, if you do your brakes like this all the way around, you will want to push the brakes inside the machine a couple of times before you crank and go. Make sure that the pads and all are seated back in. And
You can crank it up and let it sit there at idle, and then push it, and it'll be a little easier to throw.
you don't want to just go and take off and then find out it takes a second to hit the brakes and hit a tree or something. My son-in-law was just showing me the difference in the pads that he bought. These are the rear pads. You can see how much smaller they are. These are the front. They're both pretty even, but a lot of braking is done with the front tires, so it makes sense to have the bigger ones in the front. And that's it, guys. One side done. Do the same to the other side. Same to the rear. And then I'll show you before we get started on what to do next.
Don't try this at home. It's a knuckle buster.
We'll show you what to do, and we'll also show you what not to do. Going out mud riding. Or just cruising around. Here, just doing the same thing again, just for recap. And you can see how worn out the pads were. They're right on the rotor. If you let them wear out too much, they're and gouge into the rotor, and that's no good, no bueno. So you always want to kind of keep up with that. We're going to test it out here in a second. We'll show you in a minute when we get it started and test it out. And there's a reason we're not going mud riding quite yet. You gonna go mud riding? You ready to go? Yeah. Pumps them up. It's basically setting those little calipers and all back where they should be. Take it out for a test run. They stopping. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Up on a dime now. There's the rest of our crew. Hey girl. Alright guys, hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, let us know. Like and subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one.